What if I told you that a silent revolution is unfolding in the global financial system? What if gold, yes, gold, is making a powerful comeback? Behind closed doors, central banks across the globe are hoarding gold at rates not seen in over half a century. Why now? Why gold? Is the dollar's dominance under threat? This story isn't just about shiny metal or currency, it's about power, survival, and a potential shift in the world order. Let's rewind. For centuries, gold wasn't just a shiny asset, it was money itself. Empires rose and fell on gold-backed currencies. Kings waged wars over it. Nations stored it in vaults as the ultimate measure of wealth. Fast forward to 1944. In the aftermath of World War II, the Bretton Woods Agreement established the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. But there was a condition. The dollar would be backed by gold at a fixed rate of $35 per ounce. For decades, this created trust in the dollar. Countries held dollars with confidence, knowing they could convert them into gold any time. But then came 1971. President Richard Nixon shocked the world by closing the gold window. The U.S. would no longer allow dollars to be exchanged for gold. This marked the birth of the modern fiat system, currencies backed by nothing but trust. Since the collapse of the gold standard, the U.S. dollar reigned supreme. Over 80% of global trade is still conducted in dollars. Commodities like oil, gas, and food are priced in dollars. From Tokyo to London, every central bank holds massive reserves of U.S. dollars and U.S. Treasury bonds. But this dominance didn't come without cost. When the U.S. prints more dollars or raises interest rates, the entire world feels the ripple. Emerging economies face capital outflows. Developing countries struggle with dollar-denominated debt. The power of the dollar became both a blessing and a burden. Now, something has changed. In recent years, central banks have been buying gold like never before. According to the World Gold Council, in 2022 and 2023, global central banks bought over 1,000 tons of gold, a record high. This isn't normal behavior. Why would modern economies return to an ancient asset? Because trust is fading. Trust in fiat currencies, trust in political stability, trust in the current financial system. In a world full of uncertainty, from pandemics to wars to inflation, gold is once again seen as a safe haven. Let's name names. China is the biggest gold buyer in recent years. Its central bank has been adding tons of gold to its reserves every month, quietly and consistently. Russia, facing Western sanctions, turned to gold as an alternative to the dollar. Its central bank now holds a record amount of gold. Turkey, India, Brazil, Kazakhstan, many emerging economies are building their gold reserves. But why? These nations want independence from the dollar. They fear weaponization of the dollar, how the U.S. can freeze reserves, impose sanctions, and manipulate systems like SWIFT. Gold cannot be frozen. Gold cannot be deleted with a keystroke. Gold is real. Now, let's talk geopolitics. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are pushing for a new financial order. They are exploring a new currency backed by real assets like gold. Their goal? To challenge the dollar's monopoly. The idea of de-dollarization is no longer fringe. It's a formal agenda. A gold-backed BRICS currency could become a serious alternative in global trade. What happens if energy, food, and tech begin trading in something other than the dollar? It would be a financial earthquake. There are three key reasons nations are accelerating their gold accumulation now. 1. Rising U.S. debt. America's debt is now over $34 trillion. Confidence in the dollar is eroding as the Fed prints more money. 2. High inflation. From groceries to gas, prices are soaring globally. Gold historically performs well during inflationary periods. 3rd, geopolitical uncertainty. The Russia-Ukraine war, tensions over Taiwan, and Middle East instability have all pushed countries toward safer assets. Gold is timeless, borderless, and immune to policy shifts. We're not saying the dollar will disappear tomorrow, but what we're seeing where the dollar is one of several powerful currencies, where countries diversify reserves between gold, yuan, euro, and other assets. Gold is not going digital, but digital gold is rising too. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are now part of the conversation, but physical gold remains unmatched in stability. The dollar is still powerful, but it's no longer untouchable. We're witnessing a quiet rebalancing of global power. Every ounce of gold bought by a central bank is a vote against dollar dependency. Every ton of gold added to reserves is a hedge against an uncertain future. For over 50 years, the world trusted the dollar blindly. But today, trust is being tested, and gold is becoming the answer. Want to stay ahead of these global shifts? Subscribe for deep dives into money, power, and the strategies shaping our future. Gold versus dollar isn't just history, it's happening right now.